Fabiano of Christ Benevolent Society is a Canadian-based charitable organization. Since 1996, donations have been collected and sent to Mansao Do Caminho for the purpose of helping the less fortunate in Brazil, especially children. We consider that the money we are able to collect is just a drop in an empty glass, but we also know that many drops can fill the glass. Please help us to achieve our goal by giving generously to this worthy cause. Our efforts are a labor of love. For more information about our charity, please log on to our website www.focbs.org. Thank you.
The first sun rays appear in the wee hours. The city lightens up, and it slowly wakes up. Waking up for another day of fighting for survival. Survival transformed into labor. Labor, which at Mansao Do Caminho has another meaning: solidarity. Here, everything starts very early, overjoyed by the first sun rays, by the morning dew, and to wake up for another day. However, in order to nourish the body, the soul needs to be at peace, thus creating another beginning, which blooms from within the mediunic soul of Divaldo Franco, a sensible and active human being, obstinately devoted to the purpose of spiritism, who one day visualized what would become a Mansao Do Caminho. Such social work is of extreme importance for the city of Salvador, for the state of Bahia, and for the whole country. The more attentive observer to the social causes notices that the greatest plight of human survival within the less fortunate social classes takes place in the beginning and in the end of every existence. Therefore, the Mansao Do Caminho is not only a temporary shelter, but a safe haven along the way, and at all times in the journey of life. With a firm purpose to create more than mere palliative solutions for these families' concerns, the Mansao Do Caminho was planned with a definite mission, which is to give these people the right to work, education, leisure, and health, apart from age, color, race, or religion. The chosen location, which is the center of a poverty-stricken neighborhood, had been previously identified by Divaldo Franco. Characterized by social isolation and violence, where 70% of its population is under the poverty levels. And it's here, in this area of 78,000 square meters in Pau da Lima, Salvador, that Divaldo Franco, aware that the social debts are simply enormous in this country, has been performing a remarkable social work. Here, the most important goal, it's not simply to bring help, but to capacitate the members of the community to face the ever-demanding and complex work field. The methods employed by the Mansao Do Caminho offer the necessary conditions to thoroughly assist the youth and the elderly, giving emphasis to education and health. The financial resources stem from the selling of psychographed books, CDs, and videos about the conferences and seminars conducted by the medium Divaldo Franco, let alone the partnerships with some public institutions. The Mansao Do Caminho also has the invaluable help of volunteers, without whom it would be practically impossible to keep it running. In order to get to know this project more in depth, you're invited to spend a day at the Mansao Do Caminho. It's 7 a.m. Everything is ready for another workday. The gates are opened to receive 3,100 children, whose ages range from 2 months to 18-year-olds. The 170 infants are herded into the daycare facility, which is kindly called the manger, enabling parents to go to work without preoccupation, knowing that their little ones are safe and well cared for. Here, they are assisted throughout the day. They're fed, schooled, and learn basic notions of hygiene, and above all, attention and love. Toddlers from ages 3 to 6 go to the elementary school Esperanza, then moving on to preschool, their first steps toward their fundamental learning. The Mansao also provides these 400 children with clothing, school gear, nourishment, and everything else to develop their skills. The 2,660 junior and junior high school students attend Jesus Cristo, Allan Kardec, and Alvarado schools. And like their fellow kindergartners, they're also supplied with the same amenities and comfort so they can graduate their basic school curriculum. As for the 440 adolescents, the Mansao offers continuing education programs such as industrial sewing, computers, bakery, pottery, auto mechanics, carpentry, gardening, and tapestry, readying them for the professional market. But the day at Mansao doesn't stop there, for the future citizens start being looked upon since intrauterine life. Every year, there are 160 expectant mothers assisted throughout their prenatal, thus being able to experience a healthier pregnancy and a tranquil delivery. Simultaneously, at Mei Mei's workshop, 800 layette are made and distributed not only among the expectant mothers registered at the Mansao, but also to the underprivileged mothers in the vicinities. A health center with medical services, nursing, pharmacy, laboratory and dentistry departments. The Mansao also assists the local community with programs directed to the children, adolescents, adults, and seniors. And expectant mothers with pathologies such as hypertension and diabetes. Since 1998, its health center has been engaged in a mission whose objective is to bring integral healthcare through the bio, psycho, social, and spiritual dimensions, and it has been achieving outstanding results. Among the assisting departments at Mansao Do Caminho, we find the pioneer Caravana Alta de Souza, which assists more than 300 needy, such as seniors, terminally ill patients, and malnourished expectant mothers. It also provides them with love, spiritual assistance, medical services, medication, clothing and footwear, and everything else necessary for everyone's needs. There is also a weekly provision that distributes 4,000 meals a day. So that the Mansao can attend to all of this nutritional necessity, a careful and strategic planning is required, for there can be nothing missing from the menus that are offered. At the bakery, young men and women are trained for the work field, as they contribute with the loaves and bread offered at the Mansao. A patch is being readied within the Mansao, which not only will it offer a healthier and richer nourishment, but also provide the children and adolescents with an alternate activity and contact with the land. In order to economically assist the Mansao, a print shop has been created, which not only prints Divaldo Franco's books, but also works for a diverse clientele, generating resources and enabling many for the work field. Several socio-economical and support activities take place, one that includes socialization for the elderly, as well as support for the community in general. When the sun begins setting on the horizon, the city retires. Children, teenagers, and adolescents return to their homes, though at Mansao Do Caminho, things never stop.
Ninguém, porém, como Jesus. Ele conseguiu uma harmonia tão perfeita que dele fez o guia e o modelo para a humanidade, como revelaram os Espíritos. Jesus é a presença máxima diante de nós. Nesta hora troanesca de guerra, de anúncios de guerra, de violência, de agressividade, Jesus é a paz dúlcida dos corações.
Through lectures and meetings with different sects of society, the medium Divaldo Franco seeks to mobilize everyone in order to build a more just, humane, solidary, and happier society. Every single day, learn from what nature teaches us in wise and alternate ways. The sun rays that fill us with life. Wise is the one who cultivates and shares their knowledge, and who was able to build and contribute during their transitory existence through the sinuous paths of life on earth. The Mansao Do Caminho believes in all that, so it continues to exist and do good, because the sun rises every day, and so do human beings.